Imagine a world where two of the most powerful leaders, Putin and Xi, are inadvertently holding the Western alliance together. It sounds like a paradox, but bear with me and you'll see why this unlikely scenario is unfolding. At their recent meeting in Beijing, the Chinese leader Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin showcased the strength of their friendship, referring to each other as friends and praising the growing bond between their two nations. This budding relationship is built on a foundation of mutual interests, including a massive gas pipeline project that will further intertwine their economies. But here's the thing. Despite Donald Trump's attempts to woo Russia and disrupt the traditional alliances between the U.S. and its partners, neither China nor Russia has managed to capitalize on this opportunity to redraw the global map in their favor. In fact, China's efforts to improve its ties with Europe have been short-lived, and its relations with its Asian neighbors remain strained. So what's going on? Why haven't China and Russia been able to drive a wedge between the U.S. and its allies? To understand this, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. When Trump first took office, many observers, including myself, warned that his outreach to Russia and his criticism of Europe might hand China a unique opportunity to expand its influence and challenge the existing global order. It seemed obvious that Beijing would jump at the chance to present itself as a more reliable partner than Washington. However, China's actions have been more nuanced than expected. While Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi did express support for Russia's actions in Ukraine, this stance has actually hindered China's ability to improve its relations with Europe. The EU has been wary of China's growing assertiveness, and the two sides have found little common ground in their recent negotiations. Similarly, in Asia, China's aggressive claims to the South China Sea have alienated its neighbors, and its support for North Korea has raised eyebrows in Seoul. So, what does this mean for the global balance of power? It appears that China is still treating the established democratic powers, the US, the EU, Japan, and their partners, as the main obstacles to its global ambitions. Within this strategic calculus, Putin remains a crucial partner for China. As Xi recently told the chair of the Russian Duma, the two countries should work together to safeguard their security and promote a more just and equitable international order, one that is no longer dominated by the U.S. and its allies. But here's where it gets controversial. Some experts argue that China's leaders still see Western countries as a unified entity and do not believe that there's enough profit to be gained by trying to play them against each other. This perspective suggests that China needs Russia as a counterbalance to the West, rather than trying to exploit divisions within the Western alliance. Others, like Alexander Gabuev, argue that Xi and Putin view Trump as just another U.S. president seeking to maintain American dominance. From their perspective, the Americans and Europeans want China to remain weak and dependent, which is a narrative that Beijing is unlikely to accept. So, what's the implication of all this? It seems that China and Russia are, in effect, holding the U.S. alliance system together by continuing to align with each other and treating the West as a unified adversary. This means that the next U.S. president may still have an opportunity to repair the global order and restore American dominance. But for now, the unlikely friendship between Putin and Xi is inadvertently keeping the Western alliance intact. And this is the part that most people miss. By pursuing their own interests and treating the West as a unified entity, China and Russia are actually giving the U.S. a chance to regroup and reassess its global strategy. But will the U.S. take advantage of this opportunity? Or will it continue to cede ground to its rivals? That's the question that remains to be answered. As we look to the future, it's clear that the global balance of power is shifting, and the relationships between the U.S., China, and Russia will be crucial in determining the course of international relations. So, what do you think? Do you agree that China and Russia are inadvertently holding the Western alliance together? Or do you see a different dynamic at play? Share your thoughts in the comments below.